Welcome to the investment markets overview for the week ending the 21st of January 2022. Last week's overview highlighted the global mania in stocks, bonds and just about everything else. In what has been a very volatile week, it's worth adding some flesh to the bones for the mania rationale. Starting off with a chart comparing the dividend yield on America's finest, the S&P 500 stock index, against the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield, the interest rate that Uncle Sam, actually the taxpayer, has to pay per annum on the huge debt created. The servicing cost on the debt has been climbing rapidly since its September 2021 40-year low. Whereas the dividend yield has just hit a record low, which along with other measures suggests the $7 trillion United States dollars S&P 500 is way overvalued. The overview includes the performance statistics for the main stock indices, which were mixed, as were sovereign bond yields, whilst the commodities covered were higher across the board, with the cryptocurrencies lower across the board, led by Chainlink's 32% slide. Meanwhile, for the regions we highlight the latest U.S. existing home sales, a chart in respect of Eurozone inflation that very few analysts are showing. Whilst out east, although GDP has stabilized in China, it is far below the 15% pre-2007 financial crisis rate. The consensus are blaming the CPI spike of the past year on soaring energy costs, which as can be seen within the upper chart has dragged the CRB basket of commodities higher. It's of interest, however, to note that the perceived hedge against inflation, the dollar gold price, has actually fallen by 1.9% over calendar 2021. A glance at the lower chart argues that a doubling of the Fed balance sheet via QE debt to $8 trillion United States dollars plus has spiked US CPI. The facts on month-on-month CPI data highlighted within this week's overview suggest that 2022's concern may be about deflation, not inflation. A final performance table for the major stock indices since the year 2000 concludes the investment markets overview. A one-month trial of this 40 times per year publication is available for less than $15, or the price of just one decent cup of coffee per week. It's an ideal opportunity to grab the bargain discount for 4 publications. We strive to turn the technical into plain-speaking observations, backed up by factual charts and context. Join us for a guide through the maze of economic and market data via the weekly 5-page overview.